Hey guys and gals, Tony George. A terrific Thursday update here. Got a big update for you today, and not one, but two free plays. And by the way, yesterday's free, I think we'd won 6 in a row with free plays. When we decided to lose, we lost to grand fashion. South Carolina. All over Georgia. Georgia never got off the friggin' bus. Trust me, I watched it at local watering hole with my buddy Mark. I lost a hundy on the freebie. Thank God we went 3-0 in our other picks and 2-1 in the NBA last night. We made plenty of money. College basketball, as I mentioned last week, we kind of fell from grace. We were running along there, and then we hit a skid. And that happens in these day-to-day sports. You get into little bits of slumps. So we readjusted some things, and guess what? We went undefeated, gained 17 units back and $1,700 of the good. And today, a triple header. Again, we swept yesterday, 3-0. Our big pick on the card yesterday was Virginia Tech. That line was ridiculous. What's Notre Dame doing laying points to anybody, especially a team like Virginia Tech? That was like easy. Man, that should have been an 8-unit pick. But nonetheless, we found another one today that's just as nice. As a matter of fact, better. 7-unit hidden gem small conference game of the month on a triple header. Doc Sports, free $60. Link in the description below. That means you get the card for free. You've never been a member at Docs. And anybody having trouble, somebody left a comment, anybody having trouble figuring out how to get the free $60, all you need to do is call the 800 number that's on the website. We don't have silver-tongued devils. We don't have guys trying to sell you picks. It's really, for real, customer service. We're here to help you. Just saying. There's nobody going to, hey, we got the Super Lock Millennium for this, the well play, the blah, blah. No, it's customer service. So free $60, triple header with a 7-unit top play. 3 out of my last 4 top plays have cashed, I believe, or no, 3 out of 5. But the 3 wins that we had won by 62 points over the spread. We had a half a point loss last week when Arizona was laying 2.5, and they won by 2. Over Arizona State. We're going to talk about that in a minute. NBA stay 2-1, a 10-5 run in the NBA 4-unit totals play. Get on it. Lines off by 8 points. I'd make it a top play, but I already have a top play today. NHL after a day off, nice little 64% on the year. Very low volume. A rare doubleheader in the NHL. And it's Thursday. You know what that means? The site of the U.S. Open this June, Torrey Pines, out in San Diego, hosts a tournament again, Farmers Insurance tournament here. 4-unit cherry pick special, round 1. Usually we wait till round 2, see what happens, see what shakes out, but I got a good matchup today, and I'm going to take advantage of it. 4 units on that one. Over at Docs, click the link in the description below. NFL Super Bowl. Yeah, everybody's talking about it. This thing's getting overanalyzed to death on TV already. And the real value lies with prop bets, not the side and total. But we talked about side and total and actually gave out leans on side and total yesterday with Indian Cowboy Arun Shiva right here on this channel on the Picks and Previews show, the NFL show. Talked about it for like a half hour back and forth and, kind of revealing our thoughts on that. Tune in. Also on the channel, an early steam look-ahead play. We're going to be doing these from time to time. We'll give you a game for the next day, the day before that day, when the lines come out, if we think there's some exposure on it. And the small conference play that I gave you, the sports and racebook manager at Borgata out in Atlantic City was on VEASAN today talking about action on the side that I took. This is an obscure game, and yet he's saying, hey, they're coming in. So I think we're on to something there. FYI. All right. First of all, a lean. Me and you in a fence post. What in the living daylights is Air Force doing laying points on the road? I know it's San Jose State, but what's Air Force doing laying points on the road? This is one of the biggest fade teams in college basketball. Now, I've yet to get on the bandwagon there a little bit, but, one of the layman terms handicapping, rule of thumb, without a lot of research, but when 2 bad teams play each other, you usually want to take the underdog, especially when they're at home. And San Jose State is catching points at home here, 4.5. They're number 9 and number 10 out of 12 teams in the Mountain West in offensive efficiency. They rank number 9, number 10. They rank number 11 and number 12, dead last, Air Force, in defensive efficiencies. Air Force allows over 40% from the three-point range. Now, I don't know if, San Jose State's not all that, but they're at home, and Air Force in a very peculiar position of laying points to anybody. I'd just say I'd lean home dog there. Just me and you, drinking a Jim Beam and 7, taking a piss over a fence post. Then we get to the Arizona and Stanford game tonight. Arizona, last week, we had a 7-unit play on them. They won by 2, laying 2.5. Last second put in. When we were going to go into overtime and win. And they got homered to death at Arizona State. I mean, the refs just absolutely screwed them up and down the floor the entire game. The biggest homer job. Sean Miller was going nuts on the sideline. Not near as nuts as I was over at Santa Fe Sportsbook here, one of the station's sportsbooks here in town with a bunch of buddies. We had a crap load of money on that game. But nonetheless, they turned around and beat them 80-67 the next game. But that being said, have you seen Stanford's injury list here? And I know you can't trust injury lists any further than you can throw a building anymore, especially in pro sports. But right now, they got Wills out, 9 points a game. Davis, stud, 13 points a game. Williams, 12 points a game. Currently listed as not playing tonight for Stanford. And Arizona is avenging a loss from December 19th. They lost 78-75 at Stanford in what was the big upset at the time. And I will tell you right now, you take a look at Stanford, when they're healthy, their last 2 road games, they lost by 13 points and 14 points. Arizona's laying 8.5. I'm not willing to lay 8.5 with Arizona. But I'm willing to lay the first half line at 4.5. First half line, Arizona over Stanford, 4.5. Stanford without key players. It's going to take a while to find some chemistry on the floor, on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. And I think Arizona has the players that can exploit that, especially in the first half, till they get their feet underneath them. Give me Arizona first half line, minus 4.5. Your official free pick. Get over to Docs. Big 7-unit play today. Roll along and everything else. Come on.